Hey, what's up? Welcome to this video. I wanted to share with you some free training from my Legends program. It's what you're going to see in just a few seconds. This is one of the intro videos on the program, and it's one that a lot of students has said has been super valuable for them. So I hope that you enjoy this. I hope that you get value from it as well. If you're interested in the Legends program, check out the link below this video for more details. And also, since this is an intro video, the first minute maybe is talking about the actual program. So if you want to skip a minute into this, then you can get more into the actual content. So I'll leave that up to you. I hope that you enjoy this. Any questions, any comments or feedback, just let me know in the comments. So enjoy. Thanks for watching. All right, so welcome back to video number 2. I got nothing on the diagram this time because we're going to draw it together this time around. So you'll have to have a little bit of patience with me as I sketch this out. But in this video, we're going to jump into how to start running a profitable web design business. In the last video, we looked at more, this program, why it's structured the way that it is, why we suggest the approach that we do when it comes to web design. You get into web design, you learn all the skills, the experience, the knowledge, the strategies, you get your mindset in order, you get the cash flow going. And then when you're ready to go, if you wish, you can move to that next level of business, hit those even bigger business goals. What we're going to cover in this video, as I just said, is how to get started with that. How do you jump into web design and in a short amount of time get massive results? The typical person who's on this program, maybe this applies to you or maybe you're just a little bit different, but most of the people who join this program don't have too much experience with web design. They might have just gotten started or only a few projects, or they've been going for a little while and got stuck. And that's actually perfect. That actually gives you a huge advantage. You might think right now that doesn't give you any advantage, but the advantage it gives you is you're starting from a clean slate. You're starting from a fresh approach. You don't have any bad habits. You don't have any bad strategies at web design, or maybe you got one or two, but we'll quickly get those gone. But you're starting from a perspective, a position where you can very quickly make a lot of progress. And that's totally fantastic. That's a really good place to be in. And showing you what we're going to learn together in this program, you're going to get huge results in a short amount of time. Now, one of the reasons for why you're going to do so well in a short amount of time is you're going to be using a different approach to your average web designer. Your average web designer is a person, unfortunately, who's just not doing so well. This goes for web design, but also a lot of other niches. When you're the typical person who's using, average approaches, average strategies, average mindset, average actions, you're going to end up at average results. And you never want to be that person in whatever niche it is. You want to always get the top results. In web design, the top people are working with amazing clients, amazing projects, nice profitable deals, and they're having a good time doing it. The average people, they're usually struggling, they're not doing so well. So the important lesson from that is you want to be thinking and acting and seeing things in a different way. And again, this goes with web design, but any other niche, you need to be seeing things as the best people do. Like, why are the best people getting the best results? There's always a reason, and it's because they see and do and act in a different way to the people who are getting average results. So with that in mind, I want to get straight into how to start seeing web design in a different way. Your typical web designer out there is struggling, and there's a few reasons for that. The one I want to cover in this video is they always see things differently when it comes to businesses and when it comes to business owners. They think that every business is totally different. They think there's a million different niches, there's a million different industries, so there's a bazillion different businesses, and there's a gazillion different business owners, and they don't see a consistent way to look at those things and to make progress. So just like learning anything, imagine you're learning the guitar and the guitar keeps changing. It's got like a different numbers of strings every time, it sounds different every time you hold it in a different way. You're never going to make progress because you can't, because it's not consistent. So for you to make progress with web design, you want to have a consistent way to view the world of business and why they need web design and how you can help them. That's what we're going to show you in this video. It's what we're going to show you over the next few videos and throughout the rest of this program. So let's take the world of business that's out there. Every business is either one of two things, and that is they're either a service, hopefully you guys can read me here, or they're a product. So this part does change, and this is why a lot of people think that every business is different, because they think there's a million different services, there's a million different products, so every business is different. That's what they think, that's their view. And it's kind of true, but it's not true. Okay, there is a million different services, there's a million different products, but that's not going to be our problem. And that's not something we have to worry about. That's not going to be the area that we're going to focus on. So this part of the business, the core of the business, that's run by the business owner. And if they have a team, if they have people involved with the business, that's run by them. They start a business no matter what it is. Maybe they make chocolate bars, maybe they run a gym, maybe they're a construction company, maybe they walk dogs, maybe they do massages, maybe they run, an airline, maybe they're the biggest producer of computers in the world. Whatever it is, that's their thing, that's their business, that's what they work in. I know this sounds really, really obvious, but that's like their side of the business. Now, that's not only what exists in a business, that's just the core of a business. So the business owner, those people are working in there, and when they hire us, they're never going to hire us to come work on their product, to work on their service. If Coca-Cola hired you as a web designer tomorrow, it's not going to be to design Coca-Cola. It's going to be to do different things. If your local construction company hires you to help them as a web designer, it's not going to be to go down to the building site and start helping them to build a new building. They have that stuff covered. There's a million different niches, there's a million different products, a million different services, but that is their side of the business. That's the core of the business, and it's separate to us as a web designer. So there's almost like, kind of just doubling down on the point here. There's like this core of the business that always changes, and that's totally fine, because us as web designers don't even have to worry about that sort of stuff. That's not why people are hiring us. That's not why they're going to need our help. That's not what we're going to be working on. So outside of the core, there's other parts of the business that are consistent, that stay the same, that these people really need help with. And that is what we're going to focus on. And it's always the same for every business. Every business is going to need these 4 different things that I'm going to show you. And that is our ticket to win with web design. We know that every business is going to need it. I'll show you why in a few seconds. And once we know that, that's what we can focus on. That's what we can use as the foundation for our web design business. So the first thing that every business needs, no matter what it is marketing. And excuse my writing. So marketing, every business out there, no matter what service, no matter what product, bazillion different things, they all need marketing. They need to get out there in the marketplace, in the world, and tell people they exist. There's lots of different ways to do it, but they have to do this. If people don't know that their service or product exists, they can't sell it. And that's actually going to be the next thing. Let me add it in right now. They need sales as well. So these 2 things, sorry, I know my writing here is totally terrible. These 2 things keep a business alive. If they can't market and they can't sell, they can't attract potential clients, and they can't close deals with potential clients. So no matter if it's the smallest service in the world or the biggest service or the smallest product or the biggest product, to survive in business, to keep moving forwards, to keep growing, they have to market themselves and they have to sell themselves. They need to find potential clients, and they need to get those potential clients to sign up and to pay and to use their service or to use their product. Now, on top of that, once they have these clients in the business, they need to do another thing. They need to offer support. Let me try write this one a little bit better. So they need to give support to these people. Once they get a client into their business, once they get a customer or whoever it is that's working with their service or their product, they need to offer support. They need to make sure that these people have a great experience, that they get what they paid for, that they get the results that they wanted, and that they feel good about this service, about this product, about their business. No matter what their business is, they need to do this, or they're not going to be in business for long if they offer terrible support or they don't have any support. Now, on top of this, there's one more thing that every business needs, no matter whether it's a service or a product, and that is systems. So let me write this one out. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. They have the core thing that their business does. They also do marketing, then they got to do sales, then they got to do support. They need systems to connect all these things and to run an effective business. They got to do the core thing that they do. At the same time, they got to market it. Once they do their marketing and it starts to work, then they need to sell. Once they get sales, they got to offer support, and they got to keep doing this thing at the same time. It quickly gets out of control if you don't have good systems. You need to make sure that everyone in the business is, working on the right thing at the right time, that they're doing all of these different functions that they need to survive as a business, that nothing's, fallen to the side and it's forgotten about, that everything's effective, it's moving forwards, it's being productive, they're getting the best results they can for the effort that they're putting into this business, for their, for their focus, their attention, the work hours, the revenue that's gone into this, the investment. They need systems to make sure that it's doing as well as it can. So most web designers, they're focused on this stuff. They're thinking, hey, this niche is totally different to that niche. This business owner is totally different to that business owner, because look, they do a different thing and their core business is different, and they sell potato chips, and these people, clean cats. It's totally different. And because they see it that way, they can never make much progress. They're always doing different approaches. They're throwing everything out the window with every new opportunity, because they don't have a consistent method in their head, a consistent perspective to make that progress. You're going to see it differently after this video. You're going to have a way to look at every business, and you can start this today. After this video, and you go out there, turn off the computer and you walk out your door, think about this. Every business that you're going to see for the rest of your life, every service that you use, every product that you buy has these 4 things, and they got to have those 4 things to survive and to thrive in the game of business. They got to have marketing, or you wouldn't even know about them in the first place. They got to sell, or they're not going to get your money. You're not going to sign up to use their service or pay for their product. They got to have support, or you're going to leave them bad reviews. You're going to be super annoyed. You're going to ask for a refund. You're going to want your money back. They just wouldn't be in business that long. And they got to have systems, or the whole thing falls apart. Now, I'm sure on the reverse side, we all have an experience where you can think of when a business was doing terrible in these areas. Really bad marketing that just annoyed you as a potential customer. Really bad sales that you were like, I'm not paying for this. I don't want to work with your business. You guys suck. Really bad support where you did pay and you instantly regretted it, that you're like, these people have my money and they're just not giving me what they needed. Or really bad systems, maybe like a good example of this is you order something in the mail and it never shows up, and you contact them and they don't even know where it is. So when a business does not have these things in order, they quickly fall apart. When they have these things in order and these different areas are doing really well, they can just do so well as a business. They can move forwards, they can progress, they can expand, they can be more profitable, head in the direction that they want to go. So back to the overall idea here. You're starting web design right now. Maybe you have little experience, maybe you have no experience, but if you keep this in mind, and we're going to show you obviously a lot of stuff in this program, but from the very beginning, if you keep this in mind, you can start to see how you're going to be so valuable to different businesses. Your typical web designer sees web design from a very narrow perspective. They think, I sell websites. Websites are made of images and text and different colors and different fonts and different designs. So I better get out there and sell websites as websites to business owners and hope that they want a website. That is not what you're going to do. You're going to think about this sort of stuff. Every service, every product, every business out there, they do something. That's totally fine. That's what they do when they hire us, or when they're looking to potentially hire us. What they need help with is these 4 different areas that always exist for every business. The cool thing with web design, and this is what makes web design such a good niche and why you can make so much progress in a short amount of time, is web design can help in every single one of these areas. There's not a lot of niches that actually do that, so this is a huge advantage with web design. Websites can help with marketing, 100%. Websites can help with sales, 1,000,000%. Websites can help with support, 100,000 million %. Websites can help with systems, 100% again. I should have just said all 100%, because really they're all important for every business. Every business needs them. Different businesses need them to different degrees, and we'll see that later when it comes to individually selling to different people. But as a starting point, as a foundation for your web design business, they all need these different things. And as web designers now in the game of web design, running a web design business, you can now offer all these different things. All you got to know is who needs it right now and what do they need. And we're going to cover that later in sales and different sections of this program. But this is great. This is like a great perspective to start with, a great foundation to build your web design business upon. And just internally, it's good for your mindset, it's good for your motivation, and just that you feel good about what you're doing. A lot of web designers, because they sell websites in the wrong way, start to maybe sometimes feel bad, like I'm selling this person a website and they don't really need it. But you're not going to be thinking that way, because you're not selling a website that does nothing, it only looks good. You're selling something that's so important to their business that every business has to have to survive. And this is what you're going to focus on with what we're going to teach you in this program, how you're going to build websites and sell websites the way that you are, how you're going to deliver your service. You're going to be focused on helping a business market, helping a business sell, helping a business offer great support, and to have great systems. Every business needs this so much, and it's so valuable to them. And if you're a web designer who thinks about it in that way, you're offering a great service, you're helping them with the most important stuff, you're getting them the best possible results, and really, you're just up there at the top. This is what makes a top web designer, somebody who gets this. A bottom web designer, an average web designer, they don't even understand this sort of concept, and all they're selling is a bunch of pages that look kind of cool to somebody that hopefully is willing to pay for it. So scrap all that stuff. We'll get into that more later in the program. That's not how you build websites. That's not why you build websites. That's not how you sell websites. That's just not what good web design is. Good web design is understanding the game of business. Every business has their own thing. They do that. It's always different. Even in the same niche, different businesses have different ways to do it. Think of coffee shops. They're all kind of different. That doesn't matter, because on top of that, there's a consistent part to every business. That's what we're going to focus on. And that's the skills that you're going to learn in this program, skills that every business needs to succeed, and that you can come in and you can help them in those areas. And the cool thing is, and I don't want to throw too much into this video, but down the line, when you start your own business, you just have to come up with an idea, and then you have all the different skills that are going to help your idea succeed. So that's a cool extra thing to web design. You're learning how to market anything, how to sell anything, how to offer great support, how to build great systems. So when you create your own business, you throw in any idea here and you're off to a great start, because you know all these other different things that are super important. Back to web design, what we're going to teach you in this program is how to do these different things, how to do them in a great way, and how to show business owners you know how to do it, how to get in there, discover what problems they have, for each business, what area of these or multiple areas they need the most help in, how to show them that you can help, how to price it in the right way, and then how to jump in and get great results in these different 4 areas. So that's it for this video. Hope you're super excited to get going. I hope this shows you a new way of looking at the world, looking at businesses. When you get out there from now on and you use any sort of service, any sort of product, start looking at these different things. How's their marketing? How's their sales? How's their support? How's their systems? What could be done better maybe? What are they doing good already? What do you feel like is weak? What do you feel like is strong? What's their marketing approach like? What was their sales like? What was their support like? Can you spot some of the different systems they're using to run their business? The more that you get these different areas, the more you're going to succeed in web design. If you don't get it right now, or you're just kind of getting started, don't worry, because in this program, we'll show you a lot of different stuff in these areas. So that's it for this video. I know there's a lot here already. If it's a bit overwhelming, don't worry about it, because you're going to take it nice and slow throughout this program, and we're going to show you everything in a lot of detail. This is just the big picture stuff to get started, to show you how you can quickly become a profitable web designer, a super valuable web designer, and help businesses in a massive way. So that's it. Catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.